Pisces, your journey begins at the edge of a whisper one only your soul can hear. It's soft, but it echoes across timelines, tugging at your inner ocean like the moon pulls the tide. If you found this message, it's not chance. It's alignment. The universe is speaking in symbols and sensation, and your intuition, the compass of the mystic, is tuned to hear it. Before we go further, I ask you to mark this moment in the comments, your date of birth and your zodiac sign. Let it be your declaration to the stars, because something unseen is watching now. Call it energy, the divine, source, or synchronicity. It knows your name. It's observing, not to judge, but to witness. Your choices now ripple beyond you. You've asked for something greater. You felt it, the sense that your life is meant for more. And now the path is revealing itself not through signs in the sky, but through 5 sacred gates, each a test veiled in ordinary moments. The prize waiting at the end. It's massive, Pisces. Life-altering, but not everyone makes it there. These trials don't scream for attention. They whisper. They test your essence, not your efforts. So if you're ready, if something in your spirit just nodded, make you sure you're resubscribed to Arcana of Pisces. Because this isn't just a video. This is a key, a signal, a soul contract awakening in real time. And once it's begun, you can't unknow it. You either rise or you return to sleep. The first gate stands open now, but you won't see it with your eyes. It's a gate that responds only to trust, not blind faith, but active, conscious surrender. The kind of trust that moves even when the outcome is unclear, that steps even when the path looks like mist. Can you believe when you see nothing? That's the question, because in this realm, the bridge appears when you walk, not before. This is the first test, to walk without proof, to act as if your future is already real. And when you do, the very atoms of your world begin to reassemble around that decision. That's the magic. That's the frequency that shift. Pause for a breath. Tune in if you feel something stirring, an ache, a thrill, a soft burning in your chest. Drop a like. Not for me. For you to signal to the universe, I felt that I'm ready. The second gate demands something even harder. Release, not the surface level kind. This is deeper. This is the gate of surrendering what you've clung to, even when it feels like it's part of your identity. The person you've been, the cycles you've repeated, the story you've told yourself about why you can change it, all on the altar now. You can't step into the new while dragging the old. And Pisces, I know how deeply you love, how you attach, how you hold space even for what hurts you. But now you must let go of what has expired. That chapter is embodied, was just a teacher, and it's done. Don't wait for life to rip it away. Do it with grace while your hands are still steady. And yes, it will feel like loss. That's the illusion. On the other side of letting go is lightness, freedom, space for miracles. Because when you finally drop the weight, you rise. And in that rise, you become available for the life you've prayed for, which leads you to the third gate, the test of isolation. Not loneliness, but solitude. This gate reveals itself in the quiet, when no one claps, when no one notices, when the path feels barren. Can you keep going when no one validates you? Can you act without applause? That's where your power is born. You've already felt this, haven't you? That sacred ache of walking alone while holding a vision only you can see. That's the forge. edge. That's where your soul gains muscle. Because Pisces, you weren't made to follow trends. You were made to channel truth. And truth often walks ahead of the crowd. Some days you'll be misunderstood. Others will mock, doubt, or ignore you. And you'll feel the stink. But walk anyway. Build anyway. Create anyway. Because this path is carved by those who trust their inner knowing more than the world's opinions. And if you're still here, still listening, it means you're already crossing the threshold. This is no longer theory. You're living it. Now comes the fourth gate, the mirror. This test is silent but sharp. It asks, are you in alignment with your own truth? Do your words match your energy? Do your choices reflect your highest vision even when no one is looking? It's easy to talk light, easy to post the right quotes, but when the room is empty, when the night is dark, what do you choose? Comfort, people-pleasing, silence that betrays your fire, or radical coherence? The universe doesn't respond to performance. It responds to frequency. And frequency is truth in motion. If you're still dimming your light to fit in, you're blocking your own blessing. This gate demands that you stand fully in your authenticity, even if it costs you everything that was never real to begin with. And now, Pisces, comes the final gate. The longest one, the test of persistence. It doesn't come with fanfare. It comes in the dull ache of time passing with no result. In the days when nothing moves. When doubt creeps in. When you wonder if any of it meant anything at all. But hear me now. This is the test most people fail. Not because they lack faith, but because they give up too soon. This gate doesn't open with inspiration. It opens with consistency, with showing up, with one more step, one more breath, one more try. You are so close. So speak it out loud. Pisces, write it below. I, Pisces, deserve and claim my prize. Let it be your final key. Because the door is already turning, not to riches alone, but to something more enduring. To a life where you no longer have to betray yourself to belong to a version of you that feels aligned, whole, clear, where your dream isn't something you chase, it's something you live. The prize, Pisces, is freedom. It's sovereignty. It's peace in your bones. It's waking up and knowing that you no longer apologize for existing, that you no longer dilute yourself to be accepted, that you are finally home in your own energy. And that energy, it changes everything. Love begins to find you, not from need, but from wholeness. Abundance moves toward you, not because you force it, but because you've become magnetic. The world begins to respond differently because your vibration no longer screams like it hums certainty. You've passed the 5 gates, but that was just the preparation. Now comes the life your soul came here to live. Now comes the real journey, not towards something, but from something, from your essence, from your truth, from your full embodied light. Pisces, do you feel it? The shift has already begun. You don't need to wait for proof. You are the proof. You've endured storms that would have broken others. You've kept your heart open when it would have been easier to shut down. You've seen in the dark, felt through the silence, and risen from places even you thought you wouldn't survive. And now you don't just survive. You expand. This is your call to remember who you are. Not a seeker of signs, but a sender. Not a victim of fate, but a co-creator of miracles. You didn't come here to be small. You came here to embody the sacred, and every tear, every tremor, every test has brought you here to this moment where it all begins. So don't turn back. Don't fall asleep. Don't settle. The tide is rising and is carrying you forward. And if your soul is burning with recognition, if you feel the current pulling you into this new chapter, let it ripple like this video. Let your energy expand. And subscribe now to Arcana of Pisces B, because this journey has only just begun, and you won't want to miss what's next. The door is open. The wind is calling. Now walk through Pisces.